Oh, great. Muted. What a great entry. Thank you, Henry. Happy to have you here. Nice. All right. Yeah, what I said was we're going to jump right into the action here. We're going to take a look at a couple of questions here that we have in the questions and answers channel. Now, if you're watching these as replays, any questions that you have, anything that you need help with, this is the channel. This is the one that I will be looking at every day, and I will be basing some of the content on these workshops based on these questions. So after these two questions, we're going to go through the market. We're going to look at the trades that we've taken today, this week, and if we have any other trades coming up later in the week or perhaps today. So the first question is, can we break down the CAD JPY trade in today's session? I was looking at it from the Monday scan. My understanding was it was more of a short opportunity. Okay, let's see. Let's go right into trading view. And also we have right here, I was looking for short opportunity on 80 NCD, which I thought was a good opportunity, but turned out not to be. Okay, we'll take a look at that one as well. But first, we want to break down the CAD JPY trade, which is this one right here. Okay, so we have, this is the CAD JPY trade right here. And on Monday, what day was it? Monday the 30th, right here. I don't think I looked for shorts here. I can't really remember why I would look for shorts here. Maybe, I don't know, but if you look at the 4 hour, I think on the 4 hour here, it's very clear that, well, let's first start with the daily. So this is a daily level right here. Clearly a daily support level going into the 1 hour. The 4 hour. And what we see is, this exact pattern that we want to see at high time frame support or resistance. Of course, you can just flip the screen and it's going to be the exact same thing as we want to see at resistance. Now, you have support here. Price comes towards that high time frame support. And then on the 4 hour, we just want some type of break of structure like that, perhaps. And we're not getting the perfect, for this trade, I think it's rather perfect, but we're not getting the picture perfect double bottom. That's visible on the hourly. Now, I don't look at the hourly in my trading, but just to give you an idea of what these types of pattern on the 4 hour usually looks like on the 1 hour, because you see that you have, that double bottom right here. And then of course this is going to look like that on the 1 hour, just like that. So the idea to go long here was basically, well, first we had that close on the 4 hour, and we have this resistance like that. Now, I have to say though, it's not perfect here, but what I did see here is, let's put it this way, if this trade was a loser, would I have felt good about this? And I have to say, like, maybe not, this is a winner, but is it a good trade? I think one of the reasons why I decided to put orders in is because we already had that retest right there. So we had like a break and retest here and started moving higher. on the 1 hour, you can clearly see that it's breaking the whole structure. So we do have the pattern that we want to see, and I'm trying to put myself in the mindset where how would I have traded this in backtesting? And I would most likely have taken this trade in backtesting. That's also one of the reasons why I took this trade live. So I do not see the short opportunity. But that's the general breakdown of that trade. And then as you can see, price is just moving higher and higher. Let's go back to Discord here, and your next question is on AUD and CD. Hopefully you can see the chart here. And you're absolutely right, we've got a downtrend going here. The downtrend. So what time frame is this on? This is on the 4 hour. We got a downtrend, we got a sort of a break of structure here. This is a double bottom right here. So break of structure. That would have been a I think what happened here is I think what happened here is you're too influenced by the signals of the indicator. I think that might be the problem here, because just because of the fact that you see a strong short signal does not mean that it's actually a good short. Because what you have here is, let's see if I can actually paint something on here. No, you can't see that, unfortunately. Let me, okay. So you see this level right here. So this level right here, where you have what I think is a daily 50. But this one right here, you have that break to the downside. And then that's the retest of that level. I think this down move here and this rejection, that's kind of where, you know what, let me see if I can make it easier for you to see the drawings and everything. Okay, so we go to AUD and CD. We're just gonna put this on here. Give me a second. Right, okay, so now we can do some drawings here. So you have, first of all, let me show you a possible long here, which is that one right there. We have that bounce right there. Now, obviously, it's not giving you a long signal, but if it did give you a long signal here, then that would have been a really good entry. Now, if you look at this structure, and I absolutely understand what you're seeing here. I mean, this range here is most likely going to be that range right here. And that break and retest is that one right there. Okay, so this is your entry. That one right there. So here you have a level. Is a range. So you have a downtrend, break of structure, uptrend, range, break of structure. Come back to the break area and have a move to the downside. I think this is where you want to have the signal. Okay, that's where you want to have the signal. Now let's add the indicator to this, and we'll look at that so that everything is exactly as it was. So this is why I always say, when you're trading with the slingshot indicator, or you're just trading without the indicator, or trading the RLZ method or the slingshot system, what you want to do when you get a signal is you want to remove the indicator, have a clean chart, and then look at this and ask yourself, would I have taken, is this a trade that, is this a good trade to take, basically? Because I would argue that the best entry on this break of structure is when you broke below this level. You have a level here. Probably incorporate that wick, maybe this right here. You can extend this a little bit. I think this would be level. And now you look at this, and yeah, it's a tricky one. Let's look at the daily. I mean, on the daily we do have a rejection of this level. So it makes to be bias. It makes sense to be biased to the downside, especially when you see this type of price action. You break down, come up, retest that high time frame daily level, and then have a rejection. Let's go to the 4 hour. So okay, so this is perfect according to market structure. So daily gives us a rejection, and on that daily candle close that gives us a rejection, we also have a break of structure on the 4 hour. So the way I would trade this is I would wait for a move up into this region right here, and that's where I want to look for a rejection. The problem with this is the fact that when you're trading a trend following system based on EMAs, the EMAs are lagging. So the EMAs are printed based on this uptrend right here. And then when you're breaking and retesting too quickly, there might not be enough time for the EMAs to change directions. And that's pretty much what you're seeing right here. And here I have the indicator on, but without the signals, just to have it more clean. So I like this. I like the fact that you have the weekly open here as well. It's a perfect level. And you get the EMAs as well. So if we get a rejection here, you don't really need a signal. So we wait, and that's the first test of that level. See if we can, have some sort of confirmation. Price continues to move higher, and now it's breaking above that level. And at this point, I feel like the idea of shorting this is basically gone. Okay. And obviously there's no signal. But there is the possibility of having a signal here. Imagine if this candle closes down here as a bearish engulfing candle before. That would be the signal to go short, and that would also be a signal on the indicator. So that's where you want to short it based on that break of structure. And then this would be your trade, even down to the lows or down to the monthly open down here, which is also a pretty good level. Now let's add the indicator on here, and we'll see what the signals are based on. So what you see when you add the indicator is it becomes quite messy. It's all over the place. It's a bit difficult to see price action. So sometimes it's worth turning that indicator off and just looking at pure price action. Next candle is a rejection, but it's not a strong move to the downside. It's not something that would activate a short signal. And this right here is not activating a short signal because it's not a bearish engulfing candle. But I would argue that it's still a valid signal because it depends on your personal preference for trading this. But I would assume that this could have been the move that you want to be trading. Looking at this, see that is the move that's taking us lower. Now, of course, this is also a stop buy trade, but I think there's higher probability on entering here than actually entering based on this, because this is the first retest. So you have first retest, rejection, second retest, rejection, third retest, rejection, and then on the fourth retest you break out. And that's usually, a lot of times you'll see that's what's happening. You got the fourth retest and that's the breakout. That's all why you want to look at the first retest. So going back to this What we're focused on here, and I think one of the reasons why I took this trade is because we looked at this local downtrend. And if you zoom in and you look at just this local downtrend, then yeah, this could have been an interesting signal. But here's the thing. If you're taking this trade, where's your TP going to be? If you're taking this trade based on the RLZ slingshot or the RLZ method system, your TP needs to be at the FTA, which in a trend following system is going to be the last low when shorting or the last high when going long. So you want to enter here. And then you want to TP down here. And this is just way too tight of a stop loss. I would probably use the last lower high as my stop loss level, and then that's a 0.5 hour trade. So you have to think, is the win rate of this system high enough to have a 0.5 hour trade? And it's not really high enough. You have to have above 0.5 hour. I would argue that you need at least 1 hour. So that needs to be your TP. This is not going to be your TP. Because if you're taking this signal, you're trading this trend. And in this trend, that's the FTA, not that one. If you zoom out, however, and you look at this as the trend. Oh, that's the wrong one. You look at this as the trend. And that is one move of the trend, then yeah, that is the FTA, but then that wouldn't have been the signal. That would have been your signal because you're going in on the break and retest. Here you have break, retest, and you're going in on that one. That's why you have to look at this trend as a trend that you're trading, which from a risk to reward perspective doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's actually put on the indicator here and see if we can find any good signals on this particular trade here. Why is it not loading? Supposed to be on, right? Good. Loading now. So just from an isolated perspective here on the 4 hour, let's see if we can find any good signals. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to remove the daily moving averages just to be sure that we can look at this from a completely isolated perspective and look at only the entry triggers while ignoring the higher time frames. I don't recommend ignoring the higher time frames, but just to give you an idea of what is a good entry trigger. So here, this is a perfect one. Okay. We'll look at the replay tool. We'll look at that one right there. Okay, so if you're trading this as an isolated system, this is a fairly good entry trigger, I would say. Because here you have everything aligns. You have price breaking above a level, coming back down. It's hitting the weekly open. It's hitting the reload zone. It's giving a rejection right inside the between the 20 and 50. Add the stochastics RSI as well. This is the original one, so this is not the one where I have my personal settings, but you can see right here on that candle close that it's a beautiful bullish engulfing candle. It's it's a bull cross here on the stochastic RSI and well below at the bottom. So what you can do here in this case is two options, of course. Either use market enter with TP right here and then stop loss where the stop loss is. Now this is 0.87 hour trade. Now you have to look at the win rate. You have to look at the win rate that you're getting over a large sample size, and then is this a profitable way of me to trade? I don't know what happened right there. Trading view kind of reloaded. Weird. But yeah, this could be a good trade according to risk to reward. Now, of course, you could put your stop loss below the wick, you know, because you've already had two good signals showing you that it wants to use that level as support. And that's a great signal, really good signal. And what I said, you have multiple options of entering. A lot of times what I do is when you have that entry trigger, you put entry orders on the 20 EMA. That gives you a 1.5 R. So that's a good signal. Now, what about this signal right here? Even though this is probably going to be a losing trade, I still think this is a pretty good signal because it's going to give you a short setup, a short signal right here, where you also have, you know, a range here and a rejection and then a break below the range. So what I would do in this case is I would actually put my short orders on the 50. And then I would just have my stops above the 50 EMA and that wick. And then I will look to TP at the weekly open below. Now I know that this is going to be a losing trade, but you can clearly see that it's a quite interesting trade in a interesting trend. That would then be the FTA. Now you see price, you almost get filled on that one. Not really. Almost filled, and then it's reversing right here. So even though this is a loser, that would still have been a pretty good entry. And then you see price now forming a double bottom. A possible retest of that level right there. Even though this is not giving you a long signal with the indicator, it's still a very good trade. Yeah, the fibs, you'll see that price comes down. It doesn't really hit the 50. Okay, so this is not a perfect trade, but you can see how you got the market structure, the break and retest in. So market structure and horizontal levels, that's key in trading this way, basically. Okay, I'm just gonna sit down. Then we'll get to back testing. Gonna do a couple of back tests on GBP USD. That's the one I'm working with right now. Okay, back testing the Henry system. You know what? I probably is gonna call it the Henry system. Wow, look at GBP USD. That is beautiful. This is really good looking price action right here on GU. You know what? Before we go on, before we do the back testing, I'm just gonna go through the market, see if we have anything setting up. We had a 4-hour candle closing right at the beginning of this live stream. Let's see if we have any trades based on that. So we got CAD JPY. I'm gonna move that up to open trades just to make sure that I can. Yeah, it's gonna be called something else. Yeah. Okay. Euro CAD. This is one that I'm watching. Look at the daily. Price is obviously at high time frame support. This is a major range, and when I see ranges like this, these are definitely the high time frame ranges that I can trade, because it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious, and more importantly, it's stretched out. It's not, you know, this is a horrible range. You can look at that one right there. I mean, this is just crazy. It's just daily candle after each other, and every candle hits every high and every low, basically. And here you have like swings. You have clear swing points and rounded price action based on these daily levels, and that's what I like to be trading. So looking at the fact that we are now at daily support, and I'd say that the overall market structure here is neutral, slightly leaning bearish because of the bearish characteristics of the previous price action that we had before forming this range. So what are we looking at here? Well, we can look at every time that price action has, I mean, look at this. This is just so perfect, right? Here you have the same exact structure, you know, that double bottom on the 4-hour What do we get? We get a breakout candle, entry on the last high pre-break, stops below the structure, TP at 0.53R. Now, obviously would have been able to make much more on that one, but that's not the point. The point is that the entry trigger is working very well. Next time we test that level, look at this. We got a same thing happening here. You know, something perhaps like this. That's the breakout candle right there. That's the bullish candle. Where would I have entered this one? This one is a bit tricky. This one is a bit tricky, but because of the fact that we have just a good market structure, I would probably put my entry orders on that one right there. Then stops go below the structure, 0.53R. Quick win, very quick win on that one. And then next time the level is being hit, that's what we have right now. And then I'm just simply looking for, you know, something like this. It really is that simple. It really is that simple. So that's what I got on EuroCAD. I got my alert up here, and we're gonna go through the markets quickly here to see if we have if we can find anything else. Okay, Euro NZD. And on Euro NZD, we are, you know, we did hit that high time frame level, but I feel like this reversal pattern that we're seeing right now, I would want to have that inside the zone a bit lower. NZD JPY, looking at the daily, clearly at resistance. Remember, we talked about last week, we talked about wanting to go long on this one. We had people in the community saying, oh, I'm going to long NZD JPY. I'm looking at you, Henry. I think that was you. Maybe, I can't remember. Maybe that was Die Hard Ellis or something. But we looked at, you know, going long here, and I'm like, we're at resistance, so we've got to be careful. And you look at what happened here. We had just very choppy price action just all over the place, right? And we're not getting through this level. And basically I got two options here, and I'm putting an alert right here, and that would be when I look for a short, because look at how nicely that would be a breakout structure on the 4 hour, you know. And then on the flip side, I'm adding an alert here to start a potential new uptrend on the daily. I do, however, think that the best trade is a short here, because that would be the breakup structure. All right, NZD CAD, got NZD CAD right here, daily, obviously not giving me the type of reaction that I wanted to see. We're now below the level. Euro AD, I mean, it's coming down to an interesting level right here. And I'm just going to keep monitoring this one if we have a bottom formation. I think that's it, guys. I'm not really... I really feel like I'm in a good state of mind where I'm not interested in trading. And I think when I'm in that state of mind, I have a much easier time, you know, entering that flow state of mind. The problem is, though, it's to be able to be in a flow state of mind, you have to be doing things that are not too difficult and not too easy. So there needs to be, and I think right now this is a bit too easy. You know, my structure that I have, it's a bit too boring, it's a bit too easy. I need to have something more challenging to do, otherwise you're not going to be able to get into that flow state of mind, because if it's too boring, that could also be dangerous, because you need to have that focus up. So going through the markets regularly and making sure that you're updated on what's happening in the markets is a good idea, to make sure that you're doing something that requires active participation. So AD CAD, I still think it's that level below that needs to be bought. But then on the 4 hour, we're seeing a good reaction to this level here. But is that level a daily level? And I would argue that Well, actually, if we go back here, that is a pretty solid level. What if we go to the weekly and put on the line chart? Yeah, okay, that's area below here makes sense. What about the candles? Yeah, that's a good level on the daily. I mean weekly, good level on the daily as well. All right, so does that mean that we have a trade here? I think this is one of those rare occasions that I actually do want to look at the 1 hour structure because of the wicks that we have here on the 4 hour. You know, you got these wicks right here. And I don't like, is this a good 4 hour breakout? I'm not sure. So what is the 1 hour telling us? Okay, this is absolutely not what we want to see. Okay, so that's not going to be a trade. Why is this not what we want to see? Because of this price action right here. If we would have removed that price action, then this would have been, you know, a sort of structure that I would want to be trading. But we have that price action. It's already like a failed move. So no, and also you can look at the high of this wick. Like it has already tested this area. Like the trade that I want to take is going to be this one. So I'm looking for that the move that I would have been traded has already happened. So yeah, I think that's it. No more market scanning for me. Let's do a couple of trades with the backtesting template. Let's see if I have that one up. I do not. So let's find that one. All right, let's go to, this is the, this is, you see here, I have the ones I've done is EURUSD and USD-JPY. I'm now doing GBP-USD, and then after that one I got USD-CHF. I only have at this point 38 trades in the backtesting template. I want to have 200 before I can make a decision on anything. I want 200, so I'm going to be adding a couple of pairs, and I'm going to be testing it. Well, you know what? I'm probably only going to be looking at the majors, because if I have like 80 or 90% of these four, like I'm going to have high win rate on the others as well. Like the four majors are showing us most of the price action that is happening out in other markets as well, with slight deviations. So if I have very high win rate on these four, but multiple years, then we could assume that the others are good as well, or good enough. Now, I have to sacrifice some, I guess, safety here, or some potential confidence in the system, because like it's taken me 2-3 weeks now. Like if I'm gonna go through the whole list, 200 trades, it's yeah, it's gonna be like 1,000 trades, and it's gonna be like months of work. And yeah, you know what, I kind of want that. So let's see, I'm just gonna continuously backtest, and we'll see. I'm just gonna backtest and backtest. Let's see, hundreds of trades, thousands of trades, why not? Probably not. Okay, GBP-USD, what are we looking at? Let's go to where we are. Last trade was on August the 8th, which is right here. All right, so we're now on the daily. Price have hit TP on that one. Remove all the trades, mark at new levels. say that this is a good daily level. Do we want to short that? Probably not. Probably not, because we have, I mean, we are inside the range here, but I'm seeing this, and then obviously I'm biased to the upside because we just saw that massive move to the upside. So I need to be very careful here and really try to put myself into the mindset of this is price. This is current price action. That's the trade. So if we do come up into this region above, I have to put myself in my state of mind that I would be in live trading, and I would most likely take a short here if we saw a proper break of structure. Do we have a break of structure? Not really. Okay, price is breaking out, so there's no break of structure here. What's the next level? The next daily level? Maybe this one? Would I short this? I would probably not short this because now the bullish market structure is quite obvious and we're outside of that range. I wouldn't short this. However, I would probably go long on the level below. So probably look for a move down and go long on that move. But obviously we're not getting that. We're just continuing to the upside. So what else? What do we have now? Now we might want to look for a retest of this level below. Let's see if we get that. We're testing that level right now. We have on the daily. That's a beautiful break and retest right here on the daily. We got two levels here that I want to mark at. We got the last high pre-break on the daily. That one has already been tested, and then the high here. Okay, so we go to the 4 hour. This is the area where I want to see a break of structure on the 4 hour to go long. So just right now I'm seeing this, and I could say the breakout here might actually be a good trade. That's very bullish. Let's wait for the next one. Looking at the 1 hour, we do like I don't really like this. I think this is going to be complicated for me to trade. If I'm looking at this live, I will be looking at this general area as resistance. So now what I want to see is I kind of need to see that type of break of structure. Let's see if we can get that. That is a powerful candle. That candle is too big. We need to wait for a move lower. Okay, we missed that trade. Definitely missed that trade. And I need to be careful. You know, I know looking at the historic price action, the price is going to go up here quite massively. I need to be careful not being too biased with that information. And obviously here would be just very complicated and difficult for me to trade this. You might say, well, you have a last high pre-break here, but that's not at a high time frame level. Where are we right now? September the 19th. I don't think we're going to get another trade here. I mean, I'm obviously only looking for longs here. There's no reason for me to short such a strong market. We do have a level right here. And this is you know, this is one of those trades where, one of those times when I'm thinking about, you know, following the trend, which is this is not a trend following system on the 4 hour. This is, you know, entering based on a shift of structure at a high time frame level. And now I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, break and retest, but that's a trend continuation. It's very important to remember that this is not a trend continuation system on the 4 hour. This is basically a system where we're buying trend reversals at high time frame levels with the high time frame trends. You could say that it's a trend following system on the higher time frames, but the 4 hour needs to shift structure. So for this to be a valid trade, we need to have a trend going up, a trend shift here, and then we go long here on another trend shift, right? Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, we got that trend shift right there. Actually, exactly what I wanted to see. This is crazy. Okay, so now we want to see a shift of structure here, because now we do have a daily level here. Looking at the daily, you can clearly see that daily level. So we want to see a bottom formation being put here on the 4 hour. That's too quick. And this is actually where we currently are trading. That was a close one. Oh my god, I was gonna sneeze. It's like, it's so close. Oh wow. Oh, that's okay. This is actually where we currently are trading. And I mean, this is a trade. Go to GBP USD. I mean, I was gonna take that trade in backtesting, so why would I not be taking this in live trading? Move that up to priority. Now, do we have any news coming up? Be tomorrow. Okay, so we're gonna do the same structure here, and this, guys, this is why backtesting is so important. You remind yourself of what you're supposed to be seeing, you know. Mark out the daily level. Might be this one, you know. Then we go to the 4 hour, and yes, price did come down. It did hit that level right there, and we do have a low, higher high, right? Sort of a break of structure. Maybe not a break of structure, but it's definitely, well, it is a break of structure. And on the 1 hour, look at that, beautiful. So what we have here is a breakout candle, kind of, you know, breaking above. I wish that wick wasn't there, but we do have, at least on the 4 hour, we have sort of a breakout candle. Is testing the lows right here. It has already tested a good level. Do we think price is going to come back down? I mean, this is a very good bullish structure. Considering the high time frame trend, which is this is a break and retest on the daily. I'm just gonna add the real the indicator here for fun as well, the slingshot indicator. Look at how nicely it fits with the trend here in the 20 EMA, and how nicely we hit that 20 EMA right there. There's a lot of confidence right here. And we can also add the fib, and we'll see that we got the 50 below here, so not great confidence with the 50. But how would this be traded? That has to be TP, right? TP has to be right there. And then what happens if we enter at market? You know, the risk to reward is not great here. So we have to take profit here. And I need to make sure that that take profit makes sense from a risk to reward perspective. So that one would be my TP. And on the 1 hourly, yeah, I don't know. I would want to actually have TP there, because that's the FTA. So if I'm gonna exit the trade here, and of course I want my stop loss lower, then I need to enter the trade down there, which aligns very nicely with a horizontal level. So, you know, we might actually have a trade here, you know. It's what's that low? That's on, so what about 17? EP 17. That would be 0.5. And put entry orders right there for for a move lower. It makes perfect sense in the 5 minutes as well to get filled right there. I think I might want to take this trade actually. because it does make a lot of sense, and it is definitely a trade I would be taking in backtesting. Not the best risk to reward. And I think we can actually increase this one a little bit, like here. Yeah, I'm gonna enter orders for this trade right here. Put in all the orders. USD. Orders, that's my entry. The risk reward is 0.51, which is a bit lower than what I usually do. This one, okay. For some reason it did not put in price because it's at that price right now. I think I have to market enter. Okay, I'm just gonna market enter. But the risk reward is not going to be great here when market entering, but I mean it's right at that entry. I can't enter a limit order. I'm gonna go ahead with that one. Because I'm in the trade right now, I will post a setup as well. And for you guys watching this, if you know, I got two setup channel, one in the RLZ exclusive, and then one in the free part of the community. This one will only be posted, of course, for the slingshot. I mean the exclusive community. And the idea is not to give you guys signals to follow. Okay, the idea is to give you guys a channel where you can look at all the trades I'm taking, look at all the updates I'm doing on those trades, why I'm taking the trades and how I'm taking them and how I'm managing the trades and everything, to make sure that you get a good understanding of the approach. It's not signals to follow, it's signals to try to replicate, if you understand what I'm saying. That's the GBP USD long, and obviously prices above the entry zone, but if you're watching this, you know that I've entered at market. I'm gonna note that as well. The risk to reward right now is like 0.47 or something like that. If I look at DAX 40, no, I do not look at DAX 40. Is that the Bund? Anyway, this one's looking good right now. You can look at the low time frames, a good break and retest. I think this one is gonna turn out to be a good trade. Okay, didn't have much time to do any back testing today, but you know, through this back testing, we actually did find one trade. Okay, so what is the statistics of GBP USD? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 7 trades in 2000. 24. But out of those 7 trades, 6 were winners and 1 is a loser, which obviously you can do the math. It's very, very good statistics, but still a very low number of trades. So let's begin with the next pair, which is USD CHF. So what we're first going to do is we're going to remove all the drawings. This is from the previous chart layout. So we can go to the 1st of January 2024 and we'll select the replay tool right here. Go to the daily. So the perspective I'm trying to have here is I'm basically asking myself, okay, imagine it's Sunday and I'm doing my weekly trade scanning. By the way, UPUC is running. This is looking great. Just a very good example of a trade setup. And sometimes you know, it's a really nice feeling when you're like, you get such a good read on price action and especially market structure. I would like to say that, you know, I've spent way more than 10,000 hours analyzing market structure, and I could, with a certain level of, you know, certainty, say that I'm definitely an expert at identifying market structure. And it's such a beautiful feeling when, I don't know if you remember when I did the backtesting, I did like, okay, what I want to see is this, you know, and then pretty much exactly what I wanted to see is happening. And that's not because I have this secret skill or whatever. That's because I've spent a lot of time looking at market structure. The more time you spend looking at the price charts, the easier it's going to get to know what you want to see. I reposted a tweet from Trader Dante the other day where he said, know what you want to see and where you want to see it. Everything else is just waiting. And that's trading. You want to know what you want to see, where you want to see it, and then wait for that to appear. But knowing what to see, that's the difficult part. And of course, waiting. But we can wait. I mean, all we have to do is just not do anything stupid. You know, just wait. It's a non-action. We don't have to do anything. Just wait. It's not. It might be difficult, but it's not as difficult as understanding what you want to see. Okay, so where you want to see it, super simple. Put on the daily levels. But what you want to see, that takes experience. That takes a lot of time in the market to understand. But what I want you guys to do is understand that trading at its very core is very simple. It's all about horizontal levels. Well, okay, maybe not horizontal levels. You can use trend lines or whatever, but it's about market structure, okay? It's about understanding market structure. I want you to become an expert at market structure. It doesn't have to take, you know, probably took me, I think, to get to the level where I am today. I've been trading for almost 8 years now, but it definitely took me 4 or 5 years to get to the level where I am today. And it doesn't need to take 4 to 5 years for you to get to this level. It could take you 1 or 2 years easily, because now you're starting at the, you know, I didn't start here. I had to look all of this up myself. But if it's one thing you should focus on, is understanding market structure. Knowing that is, you know, half the battle. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, January the 1st. Zoom out. We got the daily. Okay. So we got some type of daily level here. This is obviously crazy low. USD CHF has not traded this low for a long time. And I mean, maybe that's, I don't know. This is a, I guess we did hit a weekly low here. So going back to the daily, maybe the 4 hour. Now we're actually starting to see a break of structure here on the 4 hour. So what we're looking for here is basically break above that high, and we will put limit buy orders on that one right there. See what we get? That's a breakout. Is it? Yep, that's a pretty clean breakout. I would just put my orders on that one right there. Not the last immediate high. I think that's the one we want right there, because it's so close. Actually, it is so close. So why not just use that one? We're gonna use that one. Stop loss. I want stop loss down here. I want TP to be right here. Perfect. Aligns very nicely with everything. That is frustrating. God damn it. Okay, we did not get fill on that one. That's a missed opportunity, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Shit like that happens. So now you might ask, like, but why not enter at market? And that's a good question. You didn't ask that. I'd ask that. But that's a good question. Because it's so close. I try not to enter at market because I feel like, you know, it would have been a good trade just entering at market. Am I going to mark this as a winner? No, I can't. I want to look at the statistics of those trades. Now back to the daily. What if we, you know, have a break of structure up here? That would also potentially be a short trade. Not much going on here. Okay, we got a breakout. What's the daily looking like now? Do we have any daily levels here? I think we might want to mark out this as a daily level. So can we get a break of structure here for a short? Let's see. That's a good break of structure, but that move is happening too quick, and we already hit the area where we might want to go long. Back to the daily. That's still a good daily level. Might want to adjust this a little bit. Be like that. What if we maybe go a bit lower? Nope. Okay, this is now it's just all over the place. I don't know how to trade this. Back to the daily. The daily now has a higher low. Now we might want to look to see if we can get a massive breakout here on the 4 hour, which we are getting. Where's the daily levels above? Daily levels above is right here. Now we're going to be looking for a... First of all, we have to look at the daily trend. What about the daily trend? Are we bullish or bearish? I would say we're bullish. So even though there might be a short opportunity here on the break of structure, I would rather wait for a move lower and then go long at a lower level. That's not happening. Also, if we wanted to short here, that would not have been in a trade. I think these CHF pairs are some of the pairs that give me the least amount of good trades. And now we're just in a range. There's nothing going on here. I would at this point, when back testing, I'm just going to switch to the daily and wait for a breakout. That's the breakout. Now we could definitely say that we are bullish. So what we're doing now is we're waiting for a move down. We're not getting a move down. We are potentially getting a move down now. The move continues to the upside. Do we have any new daily levels? Mark out. Yeah, I think that's a good daily level. So perhaps a retest of that level with a break of structure. Nope, we're continuing higher and then coming back down. Very messy price action. We're already in April. No trade on USD-CHF, and we're already in April. So obviously this is one of those pairs where we're not going to get a lot of setups. Massive move to the downside. That's a news-based wick, of course. It's just ranging. I mean, this is just insane, stupid price action. Like, yes, that's good. Stable currency or currency pair. Do we have any daily levels? This makes no sense to me. This makes no sense at all. I don't even know what I'm watching here. No. Wait for price. Okay, we did come down. We did hit that level right there, but we had no break of structure. We simply have to wait for price to get out of this range. Okay, now it's out of the range. Now we broke below that one, and we came down and we hit that low right there. Now I'm gonna try not look at price action because I'm gonna see if I can. So that's actually quite important. You know on a daily that price is at the level you want it to be, but if you go into the replay tool, you know what price action is going to do. So you need to select a new bar, and then look the other way, and then you select a random area on your chart to make sure that you're not too influenced by the price action you're seeing. So now we see it move down. This is an untested level right here. So here we want to see a bottom formation being put in, which we are seeing, but it's not very clean and clear. I mean, that candle is just too big. This is a beautiful beautiful double bottom, but that's just too big of a structure. And again, just ranging around, just crazy price action right here. This is like, how am I supposed to be trading this, you know? All right, so a break and retest of this level, maybe we get a strong break into the upside. Then we might want to look at bottom formation here on the 4 hour, because you see that now you have a move up and then a move down and into a high time frame level. And if you form something like this, that might be a trade. But that's obviously not happening. This is the weirdest currency pair I've been looking at. I think I'm just gonna remove USD CHF from my watch list completely if I see this for other years. Okay, that's the daily support level. We did have the pattern forming down here, but we would have missed that. Seems to be a lot of volatility in USD CHF. We're back down at that support. Now, can we form something similar? No, it's breaking down. So now we're breaking down. Coming up for the retest. Trend is bearish. Can we have a top formation being put in here? No, I would not be trading that. Okay, so we're going back down. All the way down here. Another high time frame level. Can we find a bottom formation down here? And no, we're just continuing lower without any confirmation whatsoever. That's the low right there. Let's say fairly good area. We'll be looking at that as our level. What happened on the 4 hour? If we come back down, maybe we can see something happening here. Nope. Okay, I have to remove everything here because now we just got too many levels on here. So what we're seeing now is obviously a quite the bullish structure here on some sort of daily level here, and we have a level above on the 4 hour. This is not what I want to be seeing. Again, this would be a trend following trade, and that's not what I'm testing. Let's see if we can get a bottom formation here, because we know we're now at a daily support level. Probably mark out this level. Now we might want to see some sort of structure. Incredible. We're still down at the lows. Still support. That's the breakup structure right there. We have, that's the breakout candle, and I would enter orders on that one right there. Stops will be put below here, and then my TP would go only here. And if we get a move up, I'll remove orders. Okay, that trade is gone. Again, the last immediate high would have been the better entry, and that would have been a good trade as well, but I don't think it makes sense. So yeah, first time we saw, well, maybe it happened once before, but yeah, that's pattern is visible obviously in all markets. But if we're getting like one trade a year, why bother? Now we have a range. We need to break above this range or below. And this is where we are right now. USD-CHF is insanely boring to trade, and I don't think I've ever had a lot of trades on USD-CHF. I actually had to go into my journal and take a look at that. First we scan that one, and that is done. And so for these 4 pairs, we have 38 trades in a year. I guess we can remove this one. So we got 38 trades on 3 different pairs. So I'm gonna take 38, divide that by 3, and 12.66. Divide that by 52, which is, you know, the weeks of the year, which then puts me at 0.24 trades per week. And now that's 0.24 trades per week per pair. And now let's assume I'm looking at 40 pairs. Take 0.24 times 40, and that comes in at 9.74. So if every pair in this list has slightly similar statistics, then that would mean we would, like, all available signals would be 10 trades a week. And now, yeah, exactly, 9 to 10 trades a week. So let's say 9. So, and let's assume that we're gonna miss out on 60% of the setups, which puts us at between 3 and 4 trades on average a week, which that makes sense, you know, definitely makes sense. That's a good number. So I think we're on the right path here. Before we end the live stream, let's look at GBP/USD. Yeah, I'm still liking this. Looks great on the 4 hour, and I'm gonna put an alert on here because obviously, if we come down below that one, I'll probably gonna exit the trade for a smaller loss. All right, guys, thank you for watching the live stream here today. I think this was a very good session where you know, talked about market structure and the slingshot indicator, and also, you know, the importance of focusing on market structure, not being too influenced on you know, with the signals of the indicator. I think that's super important. So make sure, you know, that you're always looking at market structure. Super important. Even if you're using an indicator or whatever, market structure is what determines if it's a good signal or not. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow we're going to do some more live back testing. All right, take care.